everyone, it's Mirka here. I'm going to be talking today about mixing curls. But before I start, I want to ask you how many of you are actually mixing curls, because I know there are so many people out there but they're using only one curl throughout the whole set. So now in this video, I'm going to explain to you why is it important that we do change the curl throughout the whole set. So let's get started. As you probably know already, we've got many different curls, and I probably don't know all of the curls out there because some people are calling, for example, CC, they can be calling C+, DD could be D+, it's just depending where you buy your product from. So here are just few of the examples. We've got J curl, we've got B curl, we've got C curl, we've got CC curl, we've got D curl, we've got DD curl, we've got M curl, we've got L curl, we've got LC or LD, or some people might call it L plus curl. There are probably, it's even the A curl, it's even more straighter than the J curl. There are so many different curls out there, like I mentioned already. For you, it's not really beneficial to buy all of those curls because you will never ever use them all. I would just say the most what they are used would be probably the B curl, the C curl, then you would probably use the CC, D, DD, and many people are liking M curl or L curl. Okay, so if you've got those curls, you're gonna be just fine. So here I'm gonna show you why is it important to mix them. Imagine that you've got a client, and this client is normally sleeping on her left hand side, which means that the lashes in the outer corner will be actually quite curled. Some of the lashes right in the middle could be quite straight, and some of the lashes could be even facing downwards. So I don't know if you've noticed, but you probably have if you're lashing for a while, that none of the eye is actually just perfect. You would probably notice that the outer corner is way too curly, maybe the inner corner is very straight. You're gonna start noticing, if you haven't noticed it, from now on, I promise you're gonna start noticing that the eye is actually, the curl would be different curl on one eye. So let's just give an example. We've got an eye, and for example, the lashes in the inner corner could be quite straight. Okay, so these are the straight lashes. The lashes in the middle could be quite facing down. Okay, I'm not very good at drawing, so hopefully you know what I mean. And the lashes in the outer corner could be quite curly. Okay, so just imagine we've got that situation. Now, if you were using only one curl, let's say that we would be using C curl only. Okay, so we would do C curl in here, C curl in here, and C curl in here. Do you know what's gonna happen? You probably guessed right already. This eye will look completely different in all three areas, which we don't want. We want the eye look just nice and perfect. We want this beautiful line without having those steps when it comes to the extensions. Okay, I'm gonna show you how you can create it. So like I mentioned, in the outer corner, we've got straight lashes. So let's say we want to be using C curl. So the lashes in the outer corner would be C curl. So that would be just fine because it gives you nice little lift if your lashes are straight. Now, when we come into the middle part, where the lashes are actually facing down, and you would be using C curl, your C curl would be not as much lifted as those lashes in the inner corner, because your C curl in the inner corner would be here, where the C curl in the middle part would be slightly lower. okay? It would not be lifted as much. So you need to use slightly stronger curl to actually match the area. So instead of C curl, you could be using, for example, C curl, or you could be using D curl, depending of the manufacturer again. You have to double check with your lashes when you place them next to each other, when you lay them down on a table or somewhere. See how big is the difference between C and D, because some of the difference is huge and some of the lashes are not as big difference. So I give you an example. If your C would be like this, it's just an example, your CC would be more curled, okay, and your D would be even more curled. So this is C, this is CC, and this is your D. If you see huge difference between C and D, you have to use CC in between. So that would be C in the inner corner, and then you would do CC. Okay, you wouldn't be doing D if there is a huge difference, because what's gonna happen, your D would be even curlier than your C. I know it's loads to take, but hopefully it's making sense. And now again, when we come to the outer corner and your lashes are very curly, so what's gonna happen if you're gonna place C in your outer corner? Your C will become D. It's not gonna be like C anymore, it would be more like D, because those lashes are already curled. So what you need to do, you need to gently drop on the curl. So you might need to use B in this case, but it all depends of your client's natural lashes. It all depends who you buy your product from. Like I said, before you start doing any clients, have a look on your product, have a look what type of curls do you have, place them next to each other to see how or what kind of difference it is in between them. So what I would suggest is to use the same length, okay? So when you place them next to each other, don't use different length with a different curl. Use the same length. So for example, use the 9, 9 and 9 in the length in millimeters, okay? And to see how big is the difference, because normally in between those two could be 1 millimeter, okay? So 9C would be 8D, okay? Because 9C is gently curled, D would be more curled, so the D would become slightly shorter and would look just like 8 instead, okay? So you need to be playing with the curls, you need to be playing with the length as well to create the same kind of like nice, smooth transition. So when we place the lashes, you want all lashes to go nicely smooth. So you would like this kind of transition instead of the steps, okay? So I hope that helped. Let me know if you understood everything. If you didn't, I'm more than happy to explain a little bit further, but hopefully that makes a little bit more sense for you. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm loving your beautiful messages. I love you all, and I'm so happy I'm helping you guys. So like I said, if you do have any questions, please let me know, and I'm more than happy to help you. Thank you, take care, bye bye.